Take two. What's going on? Trying to unbox them. We have Abercrombie and Fitch, and this is Abercrombie and Finch First Instinct Blue. So it's a new one. I haven't smelled this one before, so this is going to be my first time putting it up. Also, it's $20 at Ross for less. So if you're in the moment or in the market for a new fragrance, this potentially could be the one, but I haven't actually smelled it, so this will be my first time smelling it and seeing if it's any good. I know that the DNA of Abercrombie and Fitch is something that has been pretty popular for a long time. This is one of the, I guess you could say not the off-brand, but the flankers of the Abercrombie and Fitch brand. Actually, I have not tried the new one. So this is going to be, or smelled the original, excuse me. So this should be a little interesting. I do like blue fragrances. They tend to be the ones that you can wear in the summertime. And I have a decent amount of fragrances, especially ones for the wintertime. But sometimes the one for the summertime, it's hard to find. And I do like to wear mine with certain colors. So blue is a color I like to wear. And the fragrance, a lot of time, I usually color match to what I'm wearing. So if it's a lighter, if I'm wearing blue colors, of course, then I'll wear a blue fragrance. If I'm wearing a gray or something like I'm wearing right now, I may wear something that's more neutral, or potentially black, depending on how I feel and what the temperature is outside. Typically, if it's cold, I'll wear something heavier, This would be more so for the summertime. So we're going to shred it and see what we got. Interesting smell in the air. It's definitely different. It doesn't smell that bad. Of course, this is, the opening of the cologne. A lot of times, colognes have three different phases. You have the opening, you have the mid, and then you have the base. And so in the opening, this one's different. But I like it though. It's kind of like a musky scent to it to a degree. You can tell it's kind of bright to it. But it definitely is more like a summertime fragrance. It's got a little bit of heaviness to it, so I can see you possibly wearing this in the spring or in the fall time frame. So it's not too bad at all either. Interesting. When I smell it, it kind of reminds me of, I have a cologne that's Narciso Rodriguez Blue. And a hint of it reminds me of that. Now, if you haven't smelled that cologne, that's a really good cologne. It's almost like a freshie, but a heavy. So you can wear it in the wintertime. But if you wear it light enough, you don't spray too much on it, you can probably wear it in the summertime too. So very interesting and unique cologne. But I like this one. I think I can actually wear this one with this particular, this color I got on now, which is a gray and a black stripes. So, but it does smell pretty interesting. I would be kind of curious about how long it actually lasts. And as off the bat, I think I like it. I like it. I like the way it's the way it is different from the other stuff that I have for the most part. So it kind of leans to another, gives me another option as far as colors. And I pretty much like to wear stuff unique. I don't like wearing stuff everybody else wearing. So, but this one I think kind of gives a little bit of that. But I am still kind of curious about the original version of Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct. So if I find that in the store, I want to smell it. And that way I can actually give a better idea of what the difference is between the blue version of it, which is what I have here, and the original Abercrombie and Fitch. From what I hear, is a very nice smell. I like it. The only issues about buying older colognes a lot of times would be that they sometimes do reformulations. And the reformulations will basically make it a little bit weaker. So when you have the first batch to come out, they're usually like the best and longest lasting ones. I'm not sure if there have been too many situations where when they reformulate it, it actually performs better or smells better. Well, a lot of times when they do a reformulation, it's usually not as good. But on the other side of it, when they do like a variation, such as this right here, like the original is Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct. But this is Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct Blue. So sometimes they make some pretty good ones. Gives you a little bit more options. But then again, sometimes you'll get them in a situation where they just smell too similar. So it's almost really not worth buying unless you get, unless you come into it late. Excuse me. And, maybe get that one, the newest one, first. If it smells better, I'll say, than the original. But sometimes, a lot of times, it's better to go in Fragrantica and see what the actual rating is. And they give like a 1 to 5 rating. And so the older ones could have a higher rating than the newer ones, or vice versa, But that could give you an idea of which one to get, first. But then again, you might want all of them, because there could be just enough difference to where, they suit your particular style. But I would say, don't take my word for it. If you get the opportunity to smell it yourself, do that. If not, and you got a little bit of extra cash, you can buy it. And then if you don't have, if you don't really like it, you can use it as a gift to one of your siblings or kinfolk, or you could give it to, your dad or whatever. And then when they have something that they may particularly like, and it didn't go to waste sitting on your counter. So, but a lot of times I'll give it to my nephews or, brother-in-law or somebody that, I think would probably like it, or that particular profile, I think, fits with them. And of course you can ask them if they like it and they can accept it or not. But I think it's a good community to be a part of, the fragrance community. Also, I think it gives you a good conversation starter, so if you're wearing a good cologne and some other person has an interest in it, it can actually open a door for a conversation, or it could be with a young woman as well. So, but this has been a first, first experience with Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Blue, and I think it's pretty good. So if you know something like that is up your alley, I would encourage you to go down and get it while it's on sale or at this cheap price and check it out for yourself. But take care.